and trying to make a bit of money now to pay for that trip. So
That's
okay,
awesome.
so we are in game two. Ice went up 1-0 against Def. Ice, the Singaporean Protoss Zerg player, he played Terra in the last game against Def, our Protoss player. So this is Shakura's playthrough, which Def picked. And yo, Walmo, what do you think about it, man? I think it's a pretty weird choice for Protoss to pick Shakura's playthrough
Yeah,
against Zerg.
I would definitely agree because Zerg really likes to expand on it. I'm pretty sure Ice most likely is gonna go for a 15 hatchery here because it's pretty much comfortable with early expanding. But then again, Def can easily go for some type of cheese. I guess that's gonna be catching Ice off guard maybe a little bit because Def does do a little bit of cheesing, or let's call it unique builds or unique openings. Let's not really call it like cheese to make it sound a little bit more positive. But anyway, Def is actually going for a forward pylon right here. He might go for an early expansion for us himself as well. So he better be careful with that early 7 roach push from coming in from Ice. If Ice discovers that Def is gonna go for an early expansion, that might be trouble though.
Okay, so Protoss does have a few options on this, because of the way this is and the fact that it's cross spawns. So I think well, Wawa hasn't scouted. I mean, Def hasn't scouted Ice yet, so he's not gonna know. But it's gonna be a cross spawn. So once he's managed to scout that out, he's definitely gonna be able to wall the front with a zealot, a gateway, and a pylon. I think maybe 2 pylons.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, he's not gonna have to worry about his back rock so much, because he's not just directly across from the bottom, and it's directly cross spawn. So that's a Protoss strategy that he goes 2 Stargates after that. So yeah, one Void Ray would definitely
One Voyager.
counter the second
Mm-hmm.
refresh, yeah.
That is
Pretty
very
far
true.
for the roaches to run. So
Yeah, those 7 roach push, yeah, that's pretty true. That's pretty true. But he still needs to be careful about that because it's always a threat whenever there's a 7 roach push or whenever those roaches on the floor, and whenever you're actually going for an early expansion, especially if you're going up against a Zerg, because it's lately it's been proven that Zergs can actually kill an early expanding Terran or a Protoss, which is
yeah,
pretty amusing, a pretty interesting fact actually.
So Def has put up a Forge first at 15, I think, and
Mm.
he's saving up money. So he is going to be putting down Nexus pretty soon.
Mm-hmm. Most likely he's gonna put out a
And
Nexus very soon, as he's saving it up right now. Already 350 minerals, about to be 400. Surprisingly, Ice didn't go for his 14 for the 15 hatchery. Maybe he's just gonna play it safe right now, as he doesn't really know the game style of Def that much, that he's not really confident of what his enemy's gonna do. Maybe he's just gonna easily cheese to get back into the series. As right now, as we all know, that Def is behind by 1 when finally Zerglings are out, and the scouting drone of Ice of Def right there has gone down, and finally Ice has run down the hatchery. Very good.
yep, and Ice has gone for early speed, but unfortunately we see him stop. He's still producing another 4 Zerglings. I'm wondering what's up with that, because the front door of Def is in place, and he's going 4 Zerglings blind. He hasn't even seen the fact that Def went Forge first.
Mhm.
So 1 cannon's definitely is going to be able to hold off 8 Zerglings. But Ice playing a bit safe with that, I guess, trying to get more Zerglings out on the field.
That is
So he's
true.
seen it. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Finally seen the expansion going down here for Def, so he's just gonna he's just gonna comfortably drone up right now after seeing that, and he knows that there's not gonna be a push coming out of the base of Def anytime soon. So yeah, this is like one of the best feelings for a Zerg player, I guess, right now. Like you're seeing a big wall of right there, but then again, it actually alerts you a little bit more also because you're gonna go up against 2 basing Protoss, and also you're just gonna get up your second base as well. So I guess it's a little bit of alarming as well, though. And
Yeah, but
I
if you see what Ice is doing, he's
Mhm.
leaving a couple of Zerglings out in front of the Protoss base, but he's already going to hit the back rocks. But it's going to take quite a while.
It is gonna take quite a while, but then again, he'll get there someday. And maybe once his mass army composition is out, maybe those rocks are gonna be down for the count, and just easily push in to the back of Def, which is which is I think gonna be a very solid push, and Def really should be careful with that, as Def doesn't really have any units at all thus far in this game. Only 1 zealot. Doesn't really need to make any units though, because it's pretty much completely tight right here, completely tightly walled off right there.
Yep. Just lay down another gateway. I think he's going to lay down the 3rd gateway pretty soon. Yep. I think he is. He's just done it. And I would like to see Def put down a pylon in the back rocks. If not, you might not suspect anything might be coming through there. So,
Oh yeah, he's not even
oh,
putting down a pylon right there. Wow.
yeah. Oh, he's going for 6 gates or 5 gates. It'll be a big 5, 6 gate push, I guess. There'll be a timing push for Protoss. And
Yes,
he's put it at a pretty interesting location.
in the location where it can easily be spotted or
Yeah,
passed by an overlord.
pretty far out in front, but like you mentioned, Ice already has an overlord, and it's gonna come across the map, and it will be seeing the gates in just a bit. Just taking a look at the Ice cam.
hmm
It's already floating across. It's seen one gateway.
It's 2 gateways.
Yep.
Third,
One.
it's
Gigs up.
just warping in. Yeah, gigs up.
Yeah.
And surprise, and Ice being a good player, right, like already putting a lot of overlords around the base of Def. Actually, there's one more overlord right here below the harvester area of Def, which is very good. He's just gonna check that, or he's just gonna sacrifice that later, I guess, whenever he feels like it. As long as the game goes on, as the sentry right here, he's gonna try to take down this overlord. Bam. That is it.
Yeah.
That overlord is out, but then again, it did its job. It did the scouting that it needs, and he knows all the techs that Def is going for right now.
Yep. And Ice is already preparing for this. He's got 5 spine crawlers going up, and he's put up a spire. He didn't go for a roach one. Put up a spire instead. And the Zerglings from the back rocks have managed to clear 1 rocks. This is interesting. We see Def hitting his own rocks at the back instead. So he might be looping around the back and going for Ice's base instead of heading out front where his main Zerglings are camped. So
That could be threatening as well. But then again, you can't really go anywhere farther than the spine crawlers of Ice, because there's like 5 spine crawlers there that can easily kill off this army of Def right now. And he can't really comfortably push out, I guess, because he sees those Zerglings right there, just idly standing right there in his front base. We'll see. Oh, look at this. Dev's gonna go for the expansion right here by the smiley face, completing that nose, putting one dimple right there on the left side. So very, very surprising move right here by Dev. I think he doesn't know that those rocks right there are down already, or hopefully he does realize it.
yeah, I don't think he is. So I don't think he knows about it at all. But now Ice has Mutas out in the field, and they are dancing right into Dev's base, and they're going for probes.
Oh, one goes down instantly. 2, 4. Boom! Oh my god, so many damage right there being done by those mutas right there, and they're gonna go to the natural expansion, gonna do some more damage here. Not gonna do that much though, only killing off like a couple, but then again, killing off those couple and those gas are pretty crucial actually. Like, you sometimes forget to put down those units right there. And look at this, the Zerglings are gonna come in right now, and the second expansion right here of Def. This expansion is looking very, very weak right now. There's nothing right there to protect it, and that nose is this should be cancelled right now. But then again, he's gonna warp in more units to try to save this. Is he gonna be able to save it? How many units have been warped in? Only 4 zealots. Those zealots are gonna do damage, but they're not gonna do that much damage. But then again, finally, it is enough to ward off the Zergling army of Ice right here.
Yep, but Ice is doing some pincer attacks. So when he's sending Zerglings to attack the expansion bit out at the bottom, his mutas are going to the north expansion of, the natural expansion, and he's going to take out the cannon, which means the front is totally undefended. So Def seems to be outplayed by the muta Zergling game here.
Yeah, mobility taking over this game right now. As we see, Def right there is just gonna go all out right now. I think this is gonna be like for all the marbles. But then again, he already put all of his drones in the middle of the map, and already putting down some proton cannons right there to kill off some of those flying Zergling Midas. But then again, here we go. We're gonna see a little bit surround right here by those Zerglings. Good surround. Some force builds are very, very good indeed. But then again, they're still gonna be surrounded. Mutas are finally coming in the frame right now. Zealots are not doing any damage at all. They are trapped in between those stalkers, and that is not a good place to put your zealot with. And here we go. Wow, those Mutas are gonna be just doing the cleanup right now. Gonna be killing off those 4 stalkers very, very quickly, as there's still a lot of Mutas right there on the field, and those zealots are just gonna be pretty much wasteless right now, and they're just gonna die slowly as they run away. Good
Yep.
defense right there by Ice.
Ice made some pretty snap judgment calls, bringing all his Zerglings out and surrounding the Protoss force. And he basically traded units with Def, And right now, he's just gonna harass the south expansion a bit more.
Yes, indeed. Here we go. The Mutulus army composition of IS has come in the field, and look at that. Only a handful of stalkers right here for Death to defend. But then again, it's gonna be enough, I guess, to fend that off. Oh, Blink has been researched. I didn't really recognize it. But then again, that is actually a good technology or a good tech to go to if you're gonna go up against Mutulus, because that's the one. That's the tech, I guess, that you would easily kill off those Mutulus. Just blink under them, and those Mutulus are just gonna pop one by one, very very quickly. And look at this. Ice is gonna go for two expansions here, one in the top left and the other in his third or his second main expansion, excuse me. And also
Yep.
tech choice as Evo Chamber, double Evo as well, or triple Evo. Wow.
Yeah, well, Ice is surprisingly not that far ahead because despite taking out a whole bunch of harvesters from Dev's base, but Dev is up one expansion, so he's able to switch his harvesters to and fro, and now he's getting pretty good saturation on his south expansion. Maybe just a few more would be pretty good. And his natural is pretty much saturated as well, and there are more than enough stuff there. Oh, he's only got one pylon powering all three cannons, so Def gonna plonk down more pylons just to power that up. And he's not mining off one gas, so that may prove to be pretty devastating. Now I got Zergling swinging in by the back, going for the south expansion of Def. Is he gonna be able to take down the Nexus? Zerglings are getting a surround on it. I think he's gonna sack his Zerglings, but it's gonna be done. So one expansion going down.
That's actually gonna hurt the saturation or the economy of Def very very greatly, as we have Mutas right there gonna try to kill off this pylon right there, gonna unpower four gateways right there, unpowered. Wow, very good job right here by Ice, killing the unit positioning structures of Def and with just one pylon. Good job right there, as there's only one mining base right here, or one fully mining base right here for Def, as the main base is almost mined out already. So Def pretty much in trouble right here.
Actually, if you look at it,
It's
well,
income tab, I
Ice-
guess he's still in the lead, I guess, in harvester wise.
yeah, he's in the lead harvester-wise because Ice isn't producing so many Zerglings, and I think he jumped probably like more than 10 foot worth of Zerglings into the Nexus there, where the Protoss army was just firing on the Zerglings, but the Nexus went down. So this is a period for Ice to catch up. He's at 52 harvesters against Def's 62. We're gonna see what Ice is capable of. Looking at production tabs, Ice is gone for an infestation pit, so that's pretty interesting there.
So he might go for tier 3 units. Maybe he's gonna go for some Brood Lords later on if the match still goes on for that far. As we're gonna see another push right here by Ice, gonna be trying to take down this middle base again for Dev. So Dev is gonna be prevented to expand here one more time, or is he? I don't know. Maybe Dev is gonna be successfully killing this off. Yes, indeed, he's gonna ward off that Mutulus and Zergling army right there of Ice. So a little bit of win battle right there for Def.
Yep, but just looking at Dev's tank, he's got Robotics Bait and Dark Shrine at the same time. He's just warped in a couple of DTs and they're gonna waltz right into the front base, but unfortunately, there's a Spore Crawler there. That's the last
Very,
DT,
very
gonna make it up the ramp. No, unfortunately. Ouch, that's gonna hurt.
And here we go, the push again right here by Ice. Gonna try to kill off this middle base again by Dev. Dev is gonna instantly lose his base. But then again, Dev has finally brought back his Stalker. Is he gonna be able to make it? No, I don't think so. That Nexus is so down on HP, and boom, it is out. Middle's coming in the frame again, and look at those Zerglings are still doing damage to the Stalker composition right there. Those Middles gonna try to kill off the remaining of those Middles army, of those Stalker. I mean, then again, more Stalkers are being wiped, and keep in mind that there are 6 warp gates warping in units right now, but then again, there's almost no more minerals right here for Def, as his economy is slowly dropping. And GG right there by Def. Wow, good game by Ice. Congratulations for winning the series. Very, very nice play.